Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, and this is your personal reading. I'm so glad that you won this reading. I felt an intuition actually to choose you for this reading, and after I heard your question, I was like, oh my gosh, that's why. I actually had a friend in this situation, this exact situation. Ultimately, she ended up not going to school anymore and is on a completely different path, and it worked out perfectly for her. I have no idea yet. I haven't even looked into the cards if that's what's going on with you, but we'll see what's going on here. It can really be difficult when you're trying to take these tests and you don't pass them. It can really be a blow on your worthiness and self-esteem, which definitely shouldn't even be a considering factor here, but that's how we end up taking it because we're human and we start wondering, wow, look at all these other people that are passing. Is there something wrong with me? So, a message that's coming out for you is that there's a lot of anxieties and there's a lot of emotions. This is your current energy right now, by the way. There's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of emotions that are related to this, and they're coming up, and it's really stifling your creativity and your personal power. It's like this is all happening in your solar plexus chakra. I'm like zooming in on the situation, and I can feel this in your solar plexus. It's the chakra that's in the middle of your stomach, and like right above your belly button. And this is the energy you feel when you get anxiety, when you don't feel comfortable in your own body and in your own skin. And this situation has been a blow because you're wondering if it's worth it to continue on, to spend the money again to take the test and do the whole shebang. And I'm just seeing this as part of your journey. You haven't done anything wrong. There's like nothing bad happening here. It's just part of the process, and there's a lot that you're learning. And so I feel like this whole situation is more about like what you're learning from it than the actual situation. But yes, currently in your energy, this is really affecting you and in like all areas of your life. And so there's really loving messages that are coming out to tell you to take very good care of yourself right now and do something nice for yourself and special so that you can feel comfortable in your own skin and you can feel beautiful and confident and worthy again. So next we're going to go ahead and look at the energy that is coming in. And so look, we got the mourning card and the purification card. So yes, this is huge. This is very close to your heart. I mean, you've been feeling like if I can't pass this test, then I'm doomed or something like that. And so there's a message coming through that's saying allow yourself to mourn, welcome all of these emotions, even though some of them are really intense. It's okay to process all of this. Sometimes we need things like this in our life to happen in order to be the catalyst for us to change and for us to maybe steer into a different direction in our life. So there's a big change that's coming, but right now it just feels like everything's falling apart all around you. And so the energy that's coming in is like mourning and healing and purification. Let's see what energy is leaving your life. So you decided not to retake the test for a while, and so I feel like that's what's coming through in the energy that is leaving your life. You decided to face your fear and just put up a boundary here and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna process this. I'm gonna see like what wants to come through. And I actually see that this is a really good choice that you made to kind of take a step back. This is really positive, and they're saying that when you took that test, you faced your fears, and you can't forget like that you did really well. Like you passed, you might have not quote unquote passed the test, but you passed the test. And when it came to your life lessons, and this is a life lesson you had to learn, and sometimes quote unquote failure is just a lesson. I tried so many different things in my life before I ultimately ended up doing fashion styling and doing this job, which is clairvoyant consulting. I absolutely love what I'm doing right now. Both of my jobs are super lucrative, which I'm very thankful for. But there were some tests and things I failed on the way. I ended up dropping out of college a couple times before I realized, you know what, this just isn't right for me in this chapter in my life. I'm not saying you should drop out of anything. It's just like an example that sometimes in your path, like these little hiccups and contrast happen, and ultimately it ends up pushing you where you're supposed to go. And so you're being funneled right now. You're being funneled through and you're like a little confused, but this is definitely heading somewhere. There's some good energies here. So now we're going to go ahead and see, should you take the exam again? And I'm going to say yes. This is the abundance card, and so they're trying to tell you that, like, maybe what you need to do is be more open to what's on the other side of this test for you. Instead of just making it about the test, make it about like what the test is going to lead you for. Like when you go to take the test, instead of telling yourself, all right, I'm going to go take this test now, and if I don't pass it, all these bad things are going to happen. Just say, when you go to take the test, just tell yourself, you know what? This test and passing it is just one way of infinite ways that I can win in my life. This test is just one way that I can draw abundance to me. And if I pass this test, I have the potential to draw a lot more abundance towards me. And so I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to take this test. And if I pass it, awesome, abundance is coming. If I don't pass it, awesome, abundance is coming. This all comes down to an abundance mindset. It's like you're in a lack mentality. You're stuck in black or white thinking that if for some reason this doesn't happen, then you're doomed or something like that. And it's just, that's what the school system will do to you. That's what, like, you know, they really, it's really intense sometimes when you go take a test. I mean, you go in this room and there's like everyone's sitting there all quiet and all the energy is like super intense, and like if you're energy sensitive, like that can be difficult. And there's like a clock on the wall going like tick tick tick, and like I mean, I'm feeling like test anxiety that you have here. And so I have test anxiety too, so I totally understand what you're going through. But yeah, they're saying that you just need to have this perspective of being very open right now towards this, and realize that there are infinite ways you can win. There are infinite things you can try. There are infinite ways you can fail, and it's okay. Like, you don't have to, this doesn't define you. And that's what's happening, is you have your worth tied up way too much in this test, and it's not about your worth. And I think that's why you failed the first time. I think the lesson is, it wasn't about your worth. And if there's things that happen in your life in the future where you quote unquote fail, or something doesn't come through the way you wanted it to, you gotta learn to roll with it, and you gotta realize there's like a bigger picture. You gotta learn, what's the lesson? Like, where is this, like, is there an opportunity here for me? Like, is there somewhere I'm supposed to go? Is like there's some step I'm supposed to do? So follow the signs is a message that's coming out for you. And blossoming, this is so cool. This says you're just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. I'm going to read this one to you. This card reads, in many ways, you are like a flower bud who is ripe and ready to open and grow. Don't try to rush this process, as it's part of your beautiful path. Enjoy learning new knowledge and skills. Take your time to gather new ideas. Nurture your body with plenty of fresh air, sunshine, water, and healthful food. Soon enough, you'll get the unmistakable signal that it's time to put your learning into action. So yes, they're saying take your time here. You don't rush this process with the test, but yeah, you should definitely retake it. I'm actually seeing positive messages coming through about it. So now let's go ahead and see what the path would look like if you decided to move on from this, okay? So here's what the path would look like if you just gave up on this and decided to move on. So I'm seeing that this would be like a huge divine intervention in your life, because if you decided to abandon these plans, you'd have no choice but like to surrender to the universe and just be like, all right, universe, no idea what I'm going to do next here, so help me out. And I feel like the universe would. I feel like if you chose to give up on this, the universe would support you. And that's the thing that people don't realize, is that the road might be bumpy, but at any point you have free will. You can change your mind. You can change your plans. You can be something else. You can become whatever you want. And the universe is interested in that. The universe is like interested in investing in you. So just realize that. You would probably feel pretty ungrounded if you made this decision, and you would have to focus. You'd have to decide, like, okay, what's my new intention here if I'm not going to do this? So either way, you'll be supported, just so you know. But the cards aren't going to lie. It's going to tell you, you've already put a lot into this, and if you followed through, there's some good stuff coming. But, you know, if you would be supported if you didn't do this too. But maybe you'd have to book another reading. Because that'd be a whole other topic, right? Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to see what the next step is for you. So, what is the next step? I'm just kind of like trying to feel into this. You're very frustrated right now, and they're saying like 99% of this could just be handled by doing some healing. And healing is very personal to each person. Sometimes it's like very physical, like you need to exercise, drink more water, eat healthier, more plant-based food. Sometimes it's like you need to go do some acupuncture or something, or get outside among the plants and the flowers and the trees more, get some sunshine and fresh air. Sometimes it's like you literally have some like old baggage you gotta let go of, doing some meditation, affirmations, or even therapy of some sort. So they're saying there's a lot coming up in you, and that's a whole other reading too, but they're saying reach out for help, whether it's just checking out a new book that's going to help you with this healing, or it's reaching out to like a therapist, or you reached out to someone like me, so that's part of it. But I'm just one spoke on the wheel to your health, and you have to remember when it comes to health, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. So hit up your doctor if you haven't seen your doctor in a while. Maybe just hit up a trusted friend if you need to talk about something, get something off your chest, or just go out into nature, open up to receive healing. These are some huge messages that are coming through for you for your next step on how to release this frustration you're feeling with this test. Next, we're going to go ahead and look into the overall advice. And they want you to take a leap of faith. And I feel like no matter what choice you make, it's going to be a leap of faith. If you decide to take this test again, it's a leap of faith because you don't know if it's going to work out and you can't know for sure. Even if there's positive messages coming through, I still can't tell you for sure, yes, you're going to pass it. You know what I mean? I also see, like, if you decide to not take it, it's going to be a leap of faith because you're going to be kind of going in another direction. But once again, there's a message coming out that you've made it through a lot in your life. You got to realize how much you've already made it through. You're very strong. You're incredibly resourceful. And there's this air of opportunity that just surrounds you. And this is you. Like, you got this shit. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to name your reading that. Just kidding. I'm glad that you won this reading. Anyone else who's watching this, occasionally I do a giveaway where I give away like a free reading. Usually it's a couple minutes shorter than my normal readings, but I'm sure that's okay. It's free. But yeah, I do give away free readings occasionally, so stay tuned. I'll probably be doing another giveaway around the holidays. And I'm trying really hard right now not to raise my prices. I have had a lot of people hitting me up. And so I try to get your reading to you within 48 hours, which is 2 days. And lately I've pretty much been able to keep to that schedule. But I have had a lot of people hitting me up. I still have space for more readings, so I don't want to discourage anybody. It's just you might have to wait like a day or something. But yes, hit me up if you guys would like readings. Thank you so much again for all of the support, and peace out.